Sometimes in life, you have to restrict access to yourself. Sometimes you just have to cut people off. Don't allow them access to you. What am I talking about? The Colorado Buffaloes versus Kansas this past weekend. And the referees who were shameful, inserting themselves into the game, allowing Shedeur to be hurt. Let's talk about it. Okay, so earlier today, I saw all kinds of videos talking about, ooh, Shedeur hit a ref. And I even saw one so-called clicks influencer say, oh, I want to talk about Shedeur and him hitting a ref. And you know what's crazy is the stories that came out about that, they never, ever, ever attempted to hold the referees accountable. And they made it seem like Shedeur was in the pocket, walked over to a ref and just hit him. Now, if you're a decent person, you should say 2 wrongs don't make a right. And if you watched the game, you probably could see what was happening with Colorado with the refs inserting themselves into a game. Likewise, I saw a headline that said Travis runs into a referee. Travis did not run into a referee. A referee ran into Travis, who was in an active play on a football field. And this ref knew exactly where he was going and what he was doing. Technically, he was trying to block. Every time Colorado plays Kansas, or Kansas team, Kansas State, Kansas, they get cheated, flat out cheated. And at some point, when y'all gonna start holding the refs accountable? And I'm talking to the NCAA, because I know you saw it. And to me, the refs know that as long as they float under this line where it could have been an accident and maybe it wasn't, there are no consequences and repercussions. Was it an accident when the ref allowed Shedeur to be assaulted by several Kansas players? And Coach Prime had great words for Kansas coach. That's cool and all. But you mean to tell me he was cool with his players assaulting Shedeur? Piling on top of him, trying to walk on him, and that one hit that we all know was egregious. That hit at the knees. I don't know if y'all realize it, but they don't try, nobody on the opposing teams we played try to take anybody else out other than Travis and Shedeur. Why? Because they're Heisman candidates? Because you don't want Colorado to go any further than they have? Their season has already been successful, so get over it. I'm good with 8-3 as a fan. And to be honest with you, the only reason I feel that way is because I see how relentless the mob is. And y'all know who I'm talking about. To try to hurt Travis and Shedeur. That's where I draw the line. It's not just football. You don't insert yourself physically into a game or with your bias. Every time we play a Kansas team, Colorado gets cheated. Colorado got cheated in that Kansas State game. And Colorado still made it to be tied for first place with BYU or second place in the Big 12. So the assumption has to be, since this is a pattern when it comes to Kansas teams, they didn't just want to cheat Colorado using plays because they didn't need to. Kansas was doing a great job, but they were okay with Kansas players hurting Shedeur and Travis. Specifically, Shedeur and Travis, the number 1 and number 2 player in the draft. And whichever team is drafting Travis and Shedeur, I'm calling up Coach Prime right now. Right now. On that last game, if the referees are the same refs as the Kansas State game, the Texas Tech game, or the Kansas game, if they want to play, I'm going to have to remind you, Travis and Shedeur and the other seniors that have to get ready for the NFL Combine and the NFL Draft, the goal was the NFL, not to play Oklahoma State. Whether we win or lose, it's irrelevant. We already got a bowl game, and if we don't go further past the bowl game, cool. That gives y'all time to get ready for your Senior Bowl, and it gives you time to get ready for the NFL Combine and the NFL Draft. Something can't none of them tinker with. What's crazy is Colorado brought a lot of joy and excitement to college football. When you read the comments, say at Well Off Media, and people religiously watch their videos, They said, I never watched college football before. But they don't care about that. They don't care about that at all. And the players that are actually trying to hurt Travis and Shedeur don't even have an NFL future. Just envious. Just envious. So you know what? I'm not Coach Prime. I can't tell him what to do, but I will tell you this as a person that has watched Kansas, Texas Tech, and Kansas State. Protect Travis, protect Shedeur, and protect any other player that has an NFL career. It's enough players on that team that didn't get a lot of time, that could be seniors. Let them play. Travis, Shedeur, and the rest of the seniors take their last snaps at halftime to protect their health. Particularly Travis and Shedeur, because those are the two that they seem to be trying to hurt, and they both have accomplished wonderful records. Travis has 1,000 yards. 1,000 yards as a result of the Kansas game. Nothing else to prove. I know he loves to play football, but he has to think about some of the things that the refs are doing and the fact that there's no type of repercussions or reprimand for the refs. People say, oh, I'm surprised they didn't throw Shedeur out the game. I'm like, I know why they didn't throw Shedeur out the game. Because then they was going to have a conversation about all the bullshit that was happening. Imagine you throwing Shedeur out the game and it's people walking and trampling all over him and hitting him at the knees. That's an excellent conversation that should have been had. They know to fly under the radar. They know to make their egregious actions appear to be, it could have been an accident. They've been doing this a long time. They know what they can get away with. They know they could say something is pass interference, and if it's not challenged, move on. They know Coach Prime is towing the line when it comes to challenging them. We saw Coach Prime stand up for Colorado when it comes to the refs in the Texas Tech game. It was so many things going on in that Kansas game, from the refs inserting themselves into the game physically to looking the other way when the players get insulted, not calling calls on behalf of Colorado, not calling calls against Kansas. And I'm not saying it would have changed the outcome of the game. What I'm saying is what took place in that game and what the refs allowed and looked the other way from was total bullshit. And some of y'all that's cool with that and just want to blame Shedeur because you just want your little clicks from the wrong people, I tell you what, when it happens to you in your personal life and when it happens to you in your work life, don't say nothing. And what I'm talking about, let me tell you what I'm talking about. It's called abuse of power. The referees, when they are supposed to be officiating Colorado, when it's supposed to be neutral, they are abusing their power. I already talked about this in a previous video. I'm tired of seeing Colorado be cheated, and I definitely don't want to see another player hurt Travis or Shedeur on this last game. I have no faith that the referees, if they are the same crew from Texas Tech, Kansas State, and Kansas, will be fair to Colorado. I have no faith to believe that they will judge and they will hold accountable the players that are trying to hurt Travis and Shedeur and any other seniors going to the league. They know who going to the league from Colorado. They know who getting ready to declare from the draft. And because they going to be selling cars somewhere down at Bob's Used Cars, they trying to hurt our players. Is there anything wrong with selling used cars? No. But for a player who's been playing football all his life and they see another player going forward, yeah, they want to take a cheap shot. Misery loves company. So, the last game, I could care less about. As a fan, keys to victory, run up the score so the refs don't beat you. But now, it's not just about them affecting the score of the game. It's about them allowing you to be hurt. That's the part that I don't like. That's the part that you cannot trust. When people show you who they are, believe them the first time. They showed us with Kansas State. They showed us with Texas Tech. They showed us with Kansas. They done gone from affecting the score of the game to whether we win or lose to allowing our players at Colorado to be hurt. I don't know how Colorado Regents don't stand up and talk to the NCAA and say, look, y'all need to do something about this. Coach Prime is bringing way too much money for Colorado to be silent on this. And if they going and they doing it behind the scenes, you know what? Sometimes you just have to stand up and let people know you riding with them, that you willing to protect them. All these backdoor meetings, that's not necessary. You speak out. You have seen some bias against Colorado attempting to change the score or allowing our players to be hurt. You don't have nothing to lose. by speaking out, but you have everything to lose by being quiet. And I'm just going to go ahead on and say this. You know, I said that I thought Stephen A. was crazy to keep talking about Coach Prime going to Cowboys. Well, he's changed. He want him now to go to the SEC. And I said, you know what? After this Kansas game, I see things a little differently. I see things a little differently. Because if Coach Prime is there next year, which he will be, right? And that's his third year before they could renegotiate his contract. And let's say they try to pull a Jackson State on it. I'm going to the NFL. And if Vegas has a horrible year with Shedeur at his first year, chances are I'm going to be in Vegas. The NFL loves Coach Prime. You know why? Because he generates revenue. See, college football can't get out of its own way to be great. They'd rather be mediocre and lose. All the excitement Colorado has brought. You know how boring it is when Colorado don't play during a bye week? And that's what you want for your Big 12 championship. You go right ahead. But you could have had Colorado and more. But no, you trying to hold Colorado back. You see the refs trying to hold Colorado back and you say nothing. Then you deserve to lose every dime of the revenue that you could have generated for the next 10 years and it go to the NFL. Because there will be NFL fans happy to have Coach Prime, whether it's Vegas or some other team. Shit, even if it's Dallas. It was NFL fans saying, yeah, Prime, you know what? And you know what? It wouldn't surprise me. They keep mistreating Coach Prime, Colorado, trying to cheat him, not standing up for him, not holding the refs accountable. Don't be surprised. Don't be surprised. And I'm all for it because they don't appreciate Colorado. They don't deserve Coach Prime. The NCAA, the Big 12, and Colorado. Because you need to stand up for your players. This your football team. Coach Prime shouldn't be the only one. You see what's going on. And if you can't get the NCAA or the Big 12 to respect you, then what you doing? Because you know how many programs you have? You see what I'm saying? So if Coach Prime gonna be the only one standing up for Colorado, well, y'all don't appreciate Coach Prime, and he would be better off in the NFL. Because that ain't gonna happen in the NFL. You guarantee it. Nobody's gonna try to take out a quarterback in the NFL at the knees. So for all you little fake YouTubers who you want clicks because you want to put down Shedeur, when you saw Shedeur being assaulted, or maybe you didn't because you didn't bother to watch the game and you just hopping on the wave of content that's being discussed. Two wrongs don't make a right, buddy. And it's not 1920. You can't expect a black man to be assaulted over and over and over and authority turns away from it. And when he has to be a human being and just want him to stand there and take it, hell no. We ain't doing that. Why do you think they didn't kick him out the game? Because they don't want to talk about the real conversation about how we got there. How we got to that point. Y'all want to hate this team? Then you know what? Be happy with your mediocrity. Colorado, if the seniors only play the first half, I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. If we don't go to the Big 12, cool, because y'all don't deserve Colorado's presence. And we got a Senior Bowl, a Combine, and an NFL draft because we got players going to the draft. We got players that's going to walk on. And I'm willing to believe this will be the first NFL draft to have a high number of players from Colorado, just like the Senior Bowl. Nothing you can do about it. Peace. Y'all look, playoff quarterfinal, All-State Sugar Bowl, New Year's Day. I hope Colorado gets to play in the Sugar Bowl. Yeah, I looked up there and saw the black and gold and just knew that said Colorado. That's the Saints. Oh, Lord.